What's up, everyone? Matt with Staywell B&B here. Today we have something fun and exciting. We are going to take a deep dive into a listing and diagnose what is wrong with it and how we're going to fix it. I had this amazing couple reach out to me a couple months ago. They have a property in Dripping Springs, Texas. It had been doing phenomenally well for a few years, but last year it saw a pretty significant dip in revenue without any obvious signs of what had been happening. So they hired me to take a look, and I'm going to walk you through all the changes that we made to get this amazing home back on the right track. So jumping into the current listing from the current property manager, you can see here that it has a really amazing pool area. That first photo actually will stop the scroll. I really do like it. The second photo is a different angle of the pool, and then the remainder of the top 5 photos are just interior pics. Nothing super offensive, but nothing really captivating either. As you scroll down, you'll notice that it is a guest favorite, which helps. It also has a 4.88 in terms of its rating. If we click on the marketing copy, this is where things start to fall apart for this listing. It is just huge chunks of text that is really hard to read, really turns off the reader, and you're kind of like, what the heck? You'll also notice here that it's $225 a day for pool heat, which is completely out of market for the hill country. And then it gets worse. You see house limitations just jumps out at you. This is not what you want to see when you're spending more than $1,000 per night on a premium listing, and there are ways of weaving these rules into the guest experience without slapping them in the face with it like it has here. Some of the most offensive rules would be there's no noise allowed outside after 10 p.m. They really didn't want people outside, which I thought was crazy. Also too, even though the pool is new and has Wi-Fi, the guests have to manage the host to turn on the hot tub. I don't know about you, but if I am using the hot tub and I'm paying this much money, I want to turn it off and on whenever I want to. So if we click into the pictures here, they're very generic. They are nice because it's a nice home, but Airbnb is forcing this sort of room situation on us where we have to go through room by room. We can't really control the picture narrative in this sort of format, and it just does bedroom after bedroom and then bathroom after bathroom, and then it's just kind of like, what on earth? We finally get to the backyard, we finally get to the good stuff, and this is kind of representative of a lot of the listings that we see. So let's jump to the new listing and take a look at what the house looks like now. Hold on. Ba-bam! How cool is this? All right, so we obviously have some new photography by one of the best photographers in the hill country. But the other changes that we made to this property, we turned the second living room into a game room, so now that can be part of our top 5 photos. We have a pool table, shuffleboard, arcade game. We also turned one of the fire pit places into a more fun space with yellow Adirondack chairs, and we kind of perimetered that area with some string lights, which looks really freaking cool. We also added some green umbrellas, which makes the whole thing pop. And then for the top 5 photos, we just have one really neat interior shot. It just looks so amazing. So these top 5 photos look and feel completely different. It feels more premium. For the title, I'm typically not a fan of wasting a lot of the real estate space on something like secluded boho retreat, but I felt this was necessary because this property is 25 minutes from downtown Dripping Springs. I didn't want people to think that they could just hop in their car and be at HEB within 5 minutes. It does still have some of the amenities that can stop the scroll. As we continue down, let's click on the new marketing copy. This is so much more digestible, and this is the format that we all should be using. You have your key features in bullet points. You have bedrooms spread out, then bathrooms, then kitchens, then outdoor space, and then we have some really neat locations that are nearby. You'll notice that there's no guest limitation or house limitations. We have that in another spot for the guests to be able to see. When we click on the photos, you'll notice that I was able to get around the tour that Airbnb is forcing by not populating any of the photos for the different rooms. So now I can tell my own narrative with the photos. I can go between the fire pit and the pool and the inside and a twilight shot and the front porch. And these top photos are really just helping guests experience themselves in this place, so they'll want to book. And then we finally go into a more traditional, let's tour the home. With these types of photos, I really like to intermix the wide angle shots with an up close shot to kind of not bore the viewer to death, and it works out really well. Like, I love these photos, especially like the close up of the tub in the primary suite is just fantastic. And then after we're touring the home, we get to the backyard. I mean, look at these. Look at how these turned out. We have floaties, we have tetherball, we have this amazing pool. I mean, oh my gosh, are y'all booked yet? Because man, this place is gonna be booked out for the rest of eternity. It is so cool. And then we have some shots of kind of the different amenities that we have here. And then we end with a really neat twilight shot of the home overlooking the sun setting in Dripping Springs, Texas. Some other upgrades that we made to the property: we added an iPad to the kitchen so guests can obviously control their own spa. We relaxed the outside rules, so we are going to allow guests to remain outside past 10 p.m., but we are going to have a noise detector so we can make sure that we're not bothering the neighbors. And this kind of really rounds out our plan to help increase the revenue for this property. And we've already received a booking. It's ginormous. We're all super excited. So if you think that your property needs an eye like this to take a look and say, hey, this is what the market's doing, this is what your home is doing, this is what I think we could be able to do to increase revenue for your listing, let me know. This is what we specialize in and day out. I am so excited for my clients. I cannot wait to manage this property for them, and we are going to kick some butt. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and talk soon.